Good day. Today we're hosting Kevin Hamilton, the NATO Secretary General's Special Representative for the Caucasus and Central Asia. We'll talk about Armenia-NATO relations, the prospects for the further development of the bilateral cooperation and situation in the South Caucasus. Good day, Mr. Hamilton. Thank you for this opportunity.
It's my pleasure. Good to be here.
Mr. Hamilton, how do you assess the current level of NATO-Armenia relations?
Well, NATO and Armenia have had a relationship of partnership for over 30 years now. It has been at various times robust, at other times more modest. I would say right now, in the current situation, when this region is going through such a positive transformation, I think we are on the verge of a new era of a deeper and stronger relationship that I'm looking forward to pursuing in my new role at NATO.
And from the perspective of strengthening our bilateral relations and cooperation, the issue of granting Armenia an ITTP has been under discussions. And where does this process currently stand?
So a lot of work has gone into this process. A lot of very dedicated Armenians and very dedicated members of NATO's international staff have put together a very comprehensive, individually tailored partnership program for Armenia. The documents are drafted. It has to go through a few rounds of ratification in Brussels, but I think we're in the final stage and it can be announced very soon.
And briefly, what is the content and scope of this very program? Just briefly for our audience.
Well, it involves different aspects of the relationship. So anything from strategic dialogue, political interactions, to cooperative security, right down to very technical military to military cooperation, that the 32 allies with their military expertise can engage with the Armenian armed forces and their particular expertise as well as their needs to determine, to support Armenia as it goes through a very ambitious defense reform program.
I see. Thank you. And today, amid ongoing situation and developments around around Iran and the war that is continuing in Ukraine, it seems that the South Caucasus appears to be an island of stability, I guess. And how can NATO contribute to this stability and strengthening this stability and making peace irreversible?
It's an excellent question, and you used the term "island of stability." I think that's a perfect phrase. The world is in a very difficult international security situation right now, and I think we need to take good news where we can find it. And the peace process and the peace agreement between Armenia and Azerbaijan is very good news. It is holding, it is creating this island of stability after many years of either frozen conflict or active conflict. And, I'm struck because of the current conflict in Iran and this ongoing Russian war of aggression in Ukraine. When I look at the applications on my phone and you watch civil air traffic moving through this safe corridor that is the South Caucasus, I think that's emblematic of what this region is and what it could be. And so NATO is very interested, of course, in dealing with stable, forward-looking countries like Armenia who want to consolidate their stability and their peace and prosperity for their people. And so NATO is absolutely willing to invest in that relationship. And as I say, I look forward to being part of that.
And regarding the trip route, how the NATO assess this trip, and how it could contribute to this program and project?
Well, NATO wasn't part of TRIP,
yes, sure.
Of course, in the negotiations and so forth. This is something that one big NATO ally, the U.S., stepped forward and proposed and is now on the verge of implementing. Look, I think it's important to remember that peace between Armenia and Azerbaijan is first and foremost a project between those two governments and those two peoples. A lot of work and sacrifice went into coming to this agreement. But I think this final phase, this imprimatur or this endorsement that both countries got from the White House last summer was very, very important. And this project trip where the Americans are going to invest, but the Armenians are going to retain full sovereignty and operational capacity over this line is very important. From NATO's perspective, any project, whether it be political or economic or a question of infrastructure that preserves peace and creates connectivity between peoples and between nations is a good thing. It means stability, it means security, and NATO is entirely supportive of this.
Thank you. And as NATO Secretary General's special representative and envoy, could you outline the alliance key priorities in our region, in South Caucasus?
Well, to a certain extent, NATO's partnership program is demand-driven. And what I mean by that is we're interested in what Armenia wants to get out of the relationship. So Armenia comes to the alliance to propose its priorities for how it would like to modernize its armed forces, how it would like to contribute to NATO activities. But it is a two-way street, of course. So, I'm very mindful of the fact that Armenia, even amidst the years of conflict, was contributing troops to KFOR, the NATO peacekeeping mission in Kosovo. And that mission continues with Armenian contributions. And so I think the alliance is going to, of course, be interested in assisting Armenia, but also welcomes the kind of assistance and unique perspective that Armenia can bring to the alliance. And so we see that in exercises, we see that in interoperability, and as I mentioned, we see that in one very important NATO mission in Kosovo.
Mm-hmm. And this is your first visit to Yerevan. Here you had some official meetings, and what you can say to our people, to our government for the future?
Well, I am extremely grateful and had the pleasant experience of engaging with Armenian hospitality. It is truly remarkable, unlike any other country. The doors were wide open to me here. I met the president, the prime minister, defense minister, foreign minister, several others. The level of access and welcome that I received here in Yerevan over the last couple of days is really impressive and something that I will take with me. Very soon after this trip, I will go on to Baku. I will go on to Tbilisi. But I wanted to make sure that Yerevan was my first destination because so much is happening in this country, which is positive, that is transformative. And we have certainly heard the signals from Yerevan that Armenia wants a deeper relationship with NATO. So I wanted to come here and say that feeling is mutual and move the relationship forward.
Thank you. Hope to see you soon again here in Yerevan.
As do I. Thank you.
And thank you for this opportunity.
It was my pleasure. Thank you.
We were talking to Kevin Hamilton, the NATO Secretary General's Special Representative for the Caucasus and Central Asia. Thank you for watching us.